What's the chow, IBL fans? JosephGames here, and welcome to Week 6 recaps. And of course, I am not alone.
Poppin' fam, Spanik here.
Week 6 is the official halfway point of the regular season. So things are getting rather interesting now. And with that in mind, what do you think so far this season then?
The season has been an absolute blast so far. Having a lot of fun just watching the games and just giving the TLDRs. It's been a blast so far this season, and let's hope for a good second half.
Yep, let's hope for it, and let's crack up with the games. So, let's get on to our first one. The Partridge Herdiers took on the New York Metagross, and the Herdiers brought with them MegaKangaskhan, Latias, Rabombi, Steelix, Haunchcrow, and Scolipede, whilst the New York Metagross brought with them Aquilid, Mega Venusaur, Hooper Unbound, Charizard, Klefki, and Nihilego. This one was quite an interesting one, and I want to mention it now. MegaKangaskhan here was absolutely amazing. MegaKangaskhan carried things like Power Punch, but also it hated a lot of people with frustration. It destroyed with its hate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. MegaKangaskhan is just a great mon in the format. Like I see it banned in a lot of leagues for a reason. It's that ban worthy. But yeah, it hits hard. The Paternal Bond really does help it out. But that and the Sucker Punch nerf as well, I really don't think it's broken. Rocky Helmet users have a field day against Kangaskhan.
Yes, they do, but this Kangaskhan was pretty good. I really do like this Kangaskhan. Klefki did okay work today as well in this battle. I feel like it was a very, very interesting battle. One of the plays I do want to talk about, though, and I was never sure about this, but this is a play I would never do myself, and I'm not a very good Draft League player, by the way, guys, but Healing Wish from the Latias to MegaKangaskhan. And, I mean, it's a great idea, but, like, you have to put a lot of faith into MegaKangaskhan to pull it off.
Yeah, you really, really have to. But it did work out here, so that's very, very good to know. Out here, but yeah, it's very risky. It could be very risky.
But there we go, 1-0 for the Herdiers. MegaKangaskhan again, possibly. I don't even know what the kill record is at the moment in time, but MegaKangaskhan's got to be up there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is going to be up there.
Anyway, let's get on to our next one. Well done to the Herdiers for that win.
Next game we got here is the Kansas City Nidokings up against the Miami Infernapes. These are packing with them this week. They have Sock. Shout out to my boy at Sock. Mega Altaria, Jolteon, Nidoking, shoutouts to the mascot pick, and Suicune. While the Miami Infernapes are packing with them Kyron Black, Barbanacle, or Barbarcle, however you pronounce that, Silvally, and Vileplume. And a ton of work here. 3 kills. Picking up 3 kills against this team. Mega Altaria also really putting in a ton of work. 3 kills right there. Yeah, really just Silvally and Mega Altaria putting in work for their respective teams here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good one. I feel like I'm going to mention this as Silvally Electric with HP Ice. That's probably, or HP Ground or something like that. That's what I'm guessing anyway. But it definitely did look like Silvally Electric.
It couldn't have been HP Ice because Silvally does get Ice Beam. So I don't understand why it would be HP Ice if it gets Ice Beam.
It's probably HP Ground then. I wasn't. Yeah, it's hard to tell what HPs are what, but Reuniclus was bought here first time after being transferred in, and to tell you the truth, it was not a bad mon. I mean, to tell you, drafting Cresselia for drafting Reuniclus in for Cresselia's a bit interesting to bring in Reuniclus this way into the season, but then again, you're just getting rid of one bulky mon for another bulky mon, really.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I like Reuniclus better because the difference here is that Reuniclus could actually, it could do damage. It actually could hit pretty hard. R2, yeah.
But I do want to mention a lot of crits were in this battle. Mega Pidgeot did crit quite a few times with Hurricane. I don't know what the crit percentage on Hurricane is, but it was there this week.
Absolutely, the crits. Well, it's game we play. You could get mad about crits all you want, but in the end, it's the game we play, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, but if it happened, I mean, I'm okay with like once happening a crit once, or a or a crit that's high accuracy critting, like Night Slash or something like that, because that has a high chance of critting. But if a move doesn't crit a lot and somehow crit like multiple times, that's where you get a bit annoyed.
Yeah, absolutely. You will get a bit annoyed. But in the end, it is the game we play. So you're just going to have to accept it. Yeah, you can get pissed all you want, but you're just going to have to accept it in the end. I've been hacked many, many times in my league career.
And, of course, that was a 2-0 for the Miami Infernapes, bringing it back here. 2 and 4 losses, but they are bringing it back.
Very, very nice showing by the Infernapes this week.
Yep. And let's get on to our next one. And let's go to this one. The Chicago Cubchews took on the Marlborough Mudsdales. And the Chicago Cubchews brought with them Manaphy, Amoonguss, Megalopunny, Metagross, Sylveon, and Bravery, whilst the Marlborough Mudsdales brought with them Pyro, Cofagrigus, Mandibuzz, Registeel, Verazion, and of course Zebstrika. Now, first point I want to get to is Zebstrika. I don't know. I don't see this mon I don't see this mon a lot, and it's a very low tiered electric type, and it's very, very interesting to see it in this league. So, kind of like it.
Yes, I do. I've used Zebstrika in 2 leagues, and this mon is it put in a ton of work. It has 3 very useful abilities. Well, 2 kind of do the same thing. It gets both Motor Drive and Lightning Rod, both of which have the electric immunity, but it depends what you want to boost in, speed or special attack. One thing I was surprised on the Mudsdale's end is that he didn't bring Zebstrika's 3rd ability, Sap Sipper. It would have given him a nice answer again to the spamming Spore. Yeah, I know he had safety goggles on the Registeel, but Sap Sipper Zebstrika would also have been nice. I know it's an attack raise and it doesn't really help, but the grass immunity is still very nice for Amoonguss.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea, but Zebstrika was pretty good here in this match. But I do want to mention that there was one horrible play by the Cubchews. I don't know what he was thinking here, but he had Amoonguss in on Zebstrika. Amoonguss was taking the Thunderbolts really nicely from Zebstrika, and then he decides to switch into Bravery. I don't know what he was thinking, and he took the full brunt of that Thunderbolt. I'm surprised Bravery didn't die from it, actually.
Doesn't have the greatest special attack stats. It's only like base 80. It's got better physical attack and speed. It's more known for speed, physical attack than special attack, but it does have a good special move pool. I mean, I love Specs Zebstrika sets, especially in League, but it's not the greatest. Turkey, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure I know you are, if you could post in the comments what your thought process was behind the Braviary switch right there. That could be nice. As myself, I don't even know. I don't even know what you were thinking on that one.
No, I'm not exactly sure on it myself, but Mega Lopunny did really well in this battle. It did amazing work with high jump kick, and of course, really good work. Also, Sylveon, again, doing amazing work. I mean, I love Sylveon. Sylveon is it's just awesome. It did work here in this battle, and it sadly means that Brandon is down 1-5.
Yeah, I really felt bad for Brandon this week. He really had nothing for the Mega Lopunny either. Like, I know he had Kofag, but he couldn't switch in. I couldn't take 2 high jump kicks.
No, and the fact is, Mega Lopunny has Scrappy, so he can hit Cofagrigus pretty nicely. But then again, there is Mummy. Mummy is a thing.
What he was trying to do there with that, but it didn't actually pan out because he just was, every time he got the Mummy off, Turkey just switched out.
Yeah. Good 3-0 win for the Cubchews, and let's get on to the next one.
Next, we have the... okay, let's handle this one. We have the undefeated Montreal Milotics versus the Aberdeen Azelfs. Milotics are packing with them this week. Uxie, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Fabio, Blastoise, Flow on here. Okay, whatever Flow is. I don't know what Flow is, damn it. The Azelfs pack in with them. Tentacruel, Celebi, Sneasel, Sand. Yeah, whatever Flow is, it'll show up on the slides. I don't know, the slides weren't loading for me for some reason, so I'm using the notes I have here, or what Joseph provided.
Yeah, it's Slowjus, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why the slides aren't loading for me, so yeah, whatever, I'm just going off this.
Okay.
Bit before this, before I get into this game here, the playoff streak of the Milotics, sadly, I found out it has come to an end, as Matt failed to make playoffs in ICBA D League. So the playoff streak is over. Head on to this game, and a lot of toxic being thrown around here.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of toxic thrown around here, but both of the Pokemon, both Florges and Miltank carried Heal Bell, and just got rid of it all eventually until people started putting toxic spikes down, and of course, Miltank and Florges were already gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the slow, painful death by toxic. Typical ways to... Oh, the many ways to win a game.
I do want to mention I feel like a special Tyranitar here in this battle too. Focus Blast was a really good move on Tyranitar, and it did actually kill the Miltank.
Tyranitar is definitely nothing to mess around with. Tyranitar attacks very well from both sides of the playing field. But special Tyranitar in League format, it's a very good special attacker too. Ice and fire coverage. I don't know if it gets Bolt. I don't think it does. But Focus Blast, definitely very nice here for the Miltank and a Sneasel as well, if he can hit it. Running Focus Blast, you have to be able to hit.
Yeah, it's always a risky move with Focus Blast. But speaking of Sneasel was like an MVP for this matchup. Picking up 4 kills, destroying of anything he could get in on, and just really good work from Sneasel.
I'm just looking at Matt's team right here, and what just on the mons he brought, he really didn't have anything for the Sneasel. Kind of reminds me of the last game we went over when thing for the Mega Lopunny. What was Matt?
Maybe
intention
Blaziken here? Maybe Blaziken would have been his idea for Sneasel?
Yeah, but he didn't bring it. So Fortress isn't a reliable switching because it gets Poison Jab. And really, Sneasel had a move had a potential move in its move pool that could hit anything on Matt's team super effectively.
I mean, also Tyranitar did carry. I mean, Tyranitar did carry Flamethrower as well, which I was a bit weirded out by, because Tyranitar does get Fire Punch, and I think he's much more of a physical attacker than a special, but his special is not a bad.
Its special move, yeah, I said that before. Its special move pool is very vast, and I think it has base 100 special attack. Might be lower than that. I'm not 100% sure. Pretty good special attack stat. But yeah, Sneasel kind of ran through Matt's team. And that's what happened in this game. As the final undefeated has fallen.
It has fallen indeed, but means that Aberdeen as Elves get to pick themselves back up again after last week's loss, and they can start up their way, because both of these two are division leaders at this moment in time. You got the Melodics in the Ultra Sun Conference doing well, and you got the Aberdeen As-Elves in the Ultra Moon Conference.
Oh yeah, very good win here by Darude after taking an L last week. Definitely a nice momentum boost there in his favor. You now take down an undefeated team.
Yep.
Darude.
Good one for Darude, and of course, let's get on to our next one. This one's kind of an interesting one. Let's go to it. Okay, so the Buffalo Drills took on the Minnesota Monfernos, and this was quite an interesting one. So, the Buffalo Drills brought with them Milotic, Mega Beedrill, Bronzong, Zoroark, Clefable, and Tyrantrum, whilst the Minnesota Monfernos brought them Kyurem, Nidoqueen, Jirachi, Mega Blastoise, Cacleon, and Frostlass. And, well, it's a 6-0. And it's a bulky 6-0 at that.
Well, I was watching this game, and it was really, really sad from the Monferno's end. He had absolutely nothing that could break open that Milotic.
No, absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm not even sure what his plans were. I mean, I guess he could have carried Thunderbolt on Frostlass or something to deal with this thing, really. I mean, maybe even switched out of, switched his regular Z move of Fire Z to something more like an Electric Z.
I don't know the Drill's full team off the top of my head, but I feel like that Fire move was for something. Fire Z was for something, but I'm not sure what it was. But clearly, he wasn't prepared well for the Milotic. That's really all there is to that game. This game was just Milotic sitting in front of everything on his team, just tanking hits.
Yep, and it did that because Milotic just doesn't go down. It just doesn't.
It doesn't. It lives all the time. Flame even said before his game, a little PSA, that he was very, very salty at this game. And right there, when I saw that, I figured, oh god, this is a hacks fest, isn't it? No, it was just Milotic just sitting in front of everything.
It did its job. Milotic is a wall. It does sit, and it will destroy people when it sits in front of it.
Going in expecting a hacks fest, but I was just rewarded by Milotic just doing his job.
Yeah, Milotic, very good mon. 6-0 for the Buffalo Drills, and that is just awesome for a team that kind of needs that when they haven't got the best record in the league at this moment in time. They kind of do need differential to make playoffs, and this is where we start seeing people start making moves to say, like, hey, I need to do something to push myself into playoff positions.
Yeah, this is about that time at the point in the season where the teams are starting to separate themselves. Like, we got the teams who are making playoff pushes and the teams who are revving up the tanks. So, Yeah, this is about that point in the season where we realize the contenders and pretenders.
Yep, and just because you haven't started your push yet doesn't mean your season's over. Just means you have to start getting on that train. And before you know it, transfer window's done with, and you can't make any changes to your team. So you got to start moving now, or well, you're falling behind. And
Absolutely.
And let's get on to the next one.
On to a coach who has really dug himself out of a nice hole and is looking to keep up that momentum on his side. I'm, of course, talking about the New York Cosmogs, as in Week 6 they took on the Seattle Scissors. The Cosmogs packing with them this week Victini, Megadianci, Weezing, Lickalicky, and Empoleon, while the Seattle packing with them Mamoswine, Kamala, I'm guessing that's Salamence, S-A-L.
No, Salazzle.
Yeah, the slides aren't loading for me, so I'm just going off abbreviations. Mew, Bruxish, and Tauros. And it looks like the Cosmog's luck has run out. Well, actually, I shouldn't say the luck has run out. It just, there's been a bump in the road this week for Phantom and the Cosmogs.
Yeah, bump in the road and a big one at that. I mean, there's a Focus Blast miss in this game. Rock Polish from Komodo was an interesting play, and I did like to see that.
Shit, oh crap, I said Kamala. Damn.
Blue Flare Victini was interesting to see in this fight.
Definitely, yeah, Blue Flare, Victini, definitely nice to see in this fight. Although, yeah, Victini's one of those mods that does everything. It does everything. I've used it in League. I've used it very well in League. And it just does anything you want it to do. You want it to break walls, it breaks walls. You want it to sweep, it could sweep. Especially with the addition of Z moves, it could definitely sweep.
Yeah, I know. I've got a Victini with Z power in one of my leagues.
Sunny Day. Z Sunny Day is one of the best Victini sets I've ever ran.
But I do want to mention one thing towards the end of this fight. So Mega Diancie is in. It has barely any HP, and it's facing Mew, who is literally full of HP. And of course, the Seattle Scissors decide to say, you know what, this match doesn't. I don't need to do this, but let's gloat and Mewium Z.
Oh, the flex. The old. Well, maybe he wanted Psychic Terrain up.
At the last turn of the battle, who would you want Psychic Terrain up against?
Oh, last turn. Oh, it was last turn of the battle. I thought there was other mons in the back. Whatever. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just at that point. Well, why not? Why not click the Z move?
Yeah, but it would have died to anything, and the fact is the Z move crit as well.
Oh my god, that's adding insult to injury right there.
I mean, the crit didn't matter because Mega Diancie had 9 health left. 9.
Didn't matter, but I mean, the crit was just adding insult to injury.
Oh yeah. Good set from the Bruxish this week. Bringing Psychic Fangs, got a kill, which is kind of nice. Really interesting teams here. Empoleon did well, got 2 kills, quite nice, but good win for the Seattle Scissors.
The best. Oh yeah, I just want to say something on Bruxish. It is a criminally underrated mon.
Oh yeah, criminally underrated. I mean, it's a 7th gen mon, but everyone sleeps on Bruxish.
Yeah, everyone does, but Strong Jaw with Psychic Fangs and a Stab, and it gets SD.
Yep, SD, you can Crunch, you can Psychic Fangs, you can play. I think you can play Aquajet as well, and that's just. This thing is just amazing.
List of mons to try out in a league at some point.
Yeah, just people just sleep on Brooksish. Brooksish could be good. Anyway, 2-0 the Seattle Caesars. Well done to them. Cosmogs, you got to get back on your horse. You had it for a few weeks and then you lost it again, so you got to get back up there.
Phantom.
Anyway, let's get on to our next one, and let's go to this one. The Houston Hardens took on the Memphis Bewares, and after last week where the Hardens finally got a victory, this week was going to be an interesting one. The Hardens brought with them Gudra, Mega Gallade, Crocodile, Celesteela, Comfey, and Slowking, whilst the Memphis Bewares brought with them Mantime, Greninja, Lucario, Raichu, Mega Camerupt, and Mimikyu. Now, this
my favorite one.
Yeah, Mimikyu, amazing. Mimikyu is absolutely amazing here. And, of course, he did pretty well here.
Beast. It's a beast. It's one of my favorite gens. It's one of my favorite Gen 7 mods. I have it currently in 2 leagues, and... oh, God. It's really, really great.
Anyway, so we did see Swords Dance Mimikyu here, and it's interesting to see. I didn't realize Mimikyu got Swords Dance.
Dance, it gets bulk up even too. So it has 2 forms of setup right there.
Yeah, this thing is amazing, and just went to town on things with Shadow Claw, literally destroying Celesteela, then destroying Showking, then of course destroying Comfey really nicely as well, and then dies to a Life Orb, because why not?
With Mimikyu, that's why I prefer Mimikyu to slap Spooky Plate on it, or E-Belt, for that reason, Life Orb recoil.
Yep. Also, Mega Gallade killed off of Raichu with close combat, really nicely done, but static hit as the Raichu went down, so basically that was probably the fight at that point. Mega Gallade can't outspeed a Lucario when he's paralyzed, so he just got destroyed fighting Z.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens. Static happens. Hacks happens. A lot of hacks going on this week. But yeah, part of the game. It's the game we play.
And a good free. Yep, part of the game we play. But
yeah,
sorry.
Game we play, but you get pissed when it happens. But you gotta just accept that it's part of the game.
Yep. But really good playing from the Memphis Bewares this week. Good 3-0 win for them. Mimikyu probably almost up there as well as a kill leader, I think.
Yeah. It racks up kills in a lot of leagues.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, let's get on to our next one. Good one for the Bewares.
The last game this week.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is the last game.
I believe you are right.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going back over my notes. Yep, this would be our last game. This is game number 8, and let's get on to it.
Lawrence Talonflames took on the Las Vegas Galaders. The Talonflames are packing with them Gorgeist, Embor, Latios, Tapu Koko, and Buffalant. While the Las Vegas Galaders, Burnape, Garchomp, Primarina, Mesprit, and Galvantula, I think.
Yes.
Okay, good. I almost said Gallade.
No.
All right, so as I can very well see, bounced back really, really, really nicely. They started 0-3 and have rebounded very nicely to a 3-3 record at the halfway point of the season.
Yes, and they did it pretty nicely here too. I mean, there was a little bit of hacks, and there's a few interesting things that happened. Mega Horn miss from the Bouffalons, which was kind of interesting. He bought Mega Horn obviously for Mesprit and all for Mega Absol, but it did miss, which is a shame, really.
Yep, it happens. You can't be like Joey Pokey and hit every Mega Horn in the game.
Nope, you can't be like that. But Mega Gyarados did amazing work this week.
Oh yes, it did. Yes, it did. Finally, I get to see how Mega Gyarados put in a ton of work. Like I've seen it brought all season by the Talonflames, and it really didn't do much yet until this game.
Nope, it did. But it did amazing work here. It did amazing work on things like Gargantua. Got destroyed by this thing. It lived one waterfall thanks to its Focus Slash, guaranteed, but he can't live two.
Oh yeah, can't live two. Can't take hits from. Yeah, Slash can only save you once. Unless you want to try to get saved twice, run Focus Band.
And then of course there also was Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko did amazing work here in the later half of the game, practically destroying everyone with Dazzling Gleam. But there is a player I do want to mention here. So Tapu Koko is in, and also Garchomp is in, but Garchomp is outspeeding Tapu Koko, and I know Garchomp gets Iron Head. I'm absolutely sure Garchomp gets Iron Head or Poison Jab or something like that, which would have done some serious damage to Tapu Koko. I swear it does.
It gets both.
Okay, gets both. There you go.
Even Earthquake. Even better.
But he wasn't carrying it because he did Dragon Claw twice on a Tapu Koko, which we know is not going to hit.
Maybe he predicted a switch.
Maybe.
He knew the Garchomp was going to be Scarf, so he would try to predict the switch and get big damage.
Yeah.
Still alive at this point, right?
Probably. I mean, the only things he had alive at this point were Garchomp and Mega Absol. Mega Absol could have done something here. I mean, but
I'm talking about the Talonflame side. Latios was still alive?
Latios? Yeah, Latios was still alive at this point. Is the only other monster to survive.
Probably why he went for Dragon Claw there. He predicted a switch into Latios.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe Orange Talonflames here would predict the and go into Latios.
Yeah. But a good 2-0 win for the Talonflames. Really good victories. Tapu Koko is amazing here and probably one of the best picks he's put. Probably one of the best draft picks he picked.
Koko's really been the MVP for the Talonflames in this nice 3-game win streak they've assembled.
Yep. And so that is week 6, halfway point of the season. It's been an interesting season so far. So, what's your team of the week?
My team of the week, I'm giving it to the for taking down the undefeated Montreal Milotics. Not a good week for Matt this week. Not a good week for him.
Not a good week for Matt. I don't know who I'd think is going to be my team of the week. I'd probably say the Drills. I don't really want to say the Buffalo Drills, but I'm going to say the Buffalo Drills. You don't usually see a 6-0 this late into the season, but that was just interesting to see.
Yeah. On that note of the Buffalo Drills getting team of the week, my mon of the week is going to Milotic for completely just walling the entire team of FlameHorizon and the Montreal Monfernos. Not Montreal, yeah. Minnesota. Mixed up now.
And my Pokemon of the week, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I kind of liked Silvally from the Infernapes was pretty nice to see, but I don't know. Mega Kangaskhan was really nice this week too. Like, I don't know. I'm at a tie at this moment in time between Mega Kangaskhan and Sol Valley.
Two very good mons this week as well. A lot of mons put in work this week. I almost wanted to say for Mon of the Week the Hacks Gods, because there was a ton of hacks this week.
Oh yeah, there was a ton of hacks this week, and we do say sorry to the people who got hacked, but if you're playing it, it's the plays we make. It's the game we play, guys.
The game we play, you're just gonna have to suck it up.
Yep. Just don't do what that person. Just don't do what that other person did earlier this week. In there's a league and someone he had like a lot of hacks, and then he literally just like rage quit the league because of hacks.
Oh God.
But I'm glad that kind of thing doesn't happen here in the IBL.
Yeah, good.
But anyway, this has been another good week. We will get on to week 7 next week, and it's going to get into that final push of the season where teams are starting to make those moves and starting to make those plays where they need to go and they need to find their way to playoffs. And of course, you want to make playoffs. Every team wants to make playoffs, or at least try and make playoffs. If you can't make playoffs, you probably want to even up your streaks and probably maybe even sort out your differential so it doesn't look that bad when you get to the end of the season.
Yeah, some teams might want to do that. Or I don't know how the draft picks are in this league, but if the draft picks record, like worst record gets first pick, maybe it's time for those 1 in 5 teams, or I don't even want to say 2 and 4, because 2 and 4 still has a pretty solid chance. Maybe start thinking about revving up the tanks, but if it's just randomized, then yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this league works with that. I mean, that's something to look into. I mean, for the possibility of IBL Season 6.
So, Season 5, you mean? Right? I think we're in Season 4.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what season we're in. But anyway, until next time, I'm JosephGames.
Bannock.
And we are out. See you next week.